All right, let me see if I could go back and find this prompt that I had earlier. Okay, so I found it. So the prompt, what's up, Kareem? So the prompt was, in medieval Arabic sources, there was the idea of climes or climatic zones, and I believe they had maybe about eight of them, but I think the actual answer is seven. And these climes were said to be responsible for the similarities of the people in that area, in that climb. So maybe I should show a picture of what I'm what I'm describing. So I'm gonna get a picture, but I'm gonna keep on reading. So then my question was, so did these Arabic or Arab cartographers and philosophers, did they connect the climes to ancestry? And how did these climatic zones that produced physical similarities and differences connect to the idea of descent and the idea of like a family tree? But let me show the zones. Seven climes. All right, so it's going to be similar to this idea, which is, let me find what I'm looking for. Climatic zones. Oh, I got to put in medieval. I got to give it a time frame for it to recognize what I'm talking about. Okay, so I found it. I found it right here. So I'm gonna share it. This is from 1001 inventions. 1001 inventions. All right, here it is right here. So this is the Al-Idrisi 12th century map. Let's go to the source. Okay. So if we zoom in, we look at these horizontal lines, these red lines. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 zones. So this end to this end is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you get 7. Then you got the extreme north and extreme south. Even though this map is upside, actually this map is right side up, even though the original, I believe, is upside down. Okay, so this is the climatic zones. So what was the next part of the prompt? Oh, so the answer that it gave, it said, in medieval Arab in medieval Arab geographical tradition, the world was often divided into 7 climes or climate zones, arranged latitudinally. These zones were thought to shape the physical and psychological characteristics of the people who lived in them. So it's saying that if you inhabit this zone, this horizontal division, your physical and psychological are a product of you being located in that region. All right, so it said they did not explicitly link these climes to separate ancestries or family lineages in a modern genetic sense. Instead, the physical differences among populations were more often attributed to the influence of climate and geography on humoral balance, which was a central medical and philosophical idea of the time. And the Arabs were referring back to Greek sources. In that worldview, people in the central climes, like the Mediterranean region, this part was interesting. People in the Mediterranean region were thought to have the most balanced temperament and ideal physical features. So let me zoom out. So because the Mediterranean is central, I guess, when it comes to the climate zones, and I'm wondering if it's even referring to a map like this, because let me see. I'm gonna have to bring up one of the older Greek maps to see their known world, and that's why I titled the live Oikumene, because that was the Greek word, I believe, for like known world, inhabited world, or something of this idea. Let me see. So Oikumene refers to the inhabited or known world in Greek and Roman context. So their known world, according to their known world, the balance zone, the middle zone, would have been the Mediterranean region. So those people had the ideal, region to be from, physically and psychologically, according to this ideology. So I was going to do this on the fly, just go into this and look at a older climate diagram. And they're saying this could have been from Aristotle. Let me zoom in. All right, so this is their known world: Europe, Asia, Africa. Then it says Southern Temperate Zone. So the climes in classical Greco-Roman geography and astronomy were the divisions of the inhabited portion of the spherical Earth by geographic latitude. Starting with Aristotle, the Earth was divided into 5 zones. Okay, so before the Arabs had 7, the Greeks had 5. 5 zones. Okay, the Earth was divided into 5 zones, assuming 2 frigid climes, which was the Arctic and Antarctic, around the poles, and uninhabited torrid climb near the equator. And 2 temperate climes between the frigid and the torrid ones. Different lists of climata were used in the Hellenistic and Roman time. Claudius Ptolemy was the first ancient scientist known to have devised the so-called system of 7 climes, which, due to his authority, became one of the canonical elements of late antique medieval European and Arab geography. In medieval Europe, the climes for 15 and 18 hours of longest daylight at summer solstice were used to calculate the change in length of daylight through the year. The modern concept of climate and the related term clime are derived from the historical concept of climata. So the Greeks and the Romans had 5. Some of them started to develop the idea of 7. Then the Arabs pick up with the idea of 7. Let me go back to that. So this is an example. Let me see. To get a central. Okay, that was my next question. Could this be a contributing factor? All right. So I started to ask it, how it ties into like, narratives, popular narratives at the time, whether that's scriptural or just traditions, word of mouth narratives. And I don't really want to go into the whole Bible avenue every single time we do a live. So I'm not even going to take it there, even though naturally most people want to try to connect these ideas to the Bible. See if I could get another example of one of these old Greek maps. Let me see. Of the world. So here's one right here, or at least similar to what they knew the world as from the Greek perspective at the time. See if I get another one. Here's a updated graphic of look at that, Syracuse, Carthage, Memphis. See, you got the Mediterranean in the center of the map. Athens, Babylon, Assyria, Persia, India, the Caspian Sea, Scythia, Europe. I've seen some maps like this one on the left. Let's see, research B, where it's kind of divided just into three. But that's it, man. That's all I wanted to go into. Talk about the that idea of climatic zones. Because when I'm studying these maps, I'm seeing certain things and just wondering, all right, what does that mean? What does this mean? So when I seen the lines, I had to ask myself, do some research and figure that out. And that's what it is. So now we know the answer. What are those lines? What do they mean? And where did the idea come from? So that's it. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.